Some stories start in a place that feels so innocent, so safe, that you just can't imagine them ending in tragedy. This is one of those stories. It starts at a church camp in Texas, and it's about friendship, a really dark obsession, and a betrayal that is, frankly, almost impossible to wrap your head around.
So that's the big question, right? How does something that pure, a friendship forged at summer camp, spiral into a crime that would shock the entire country? We're going to trace this long, dark path and see how a bond that one friend saw as a beautiful part of her life was seen by the other as something she had to possess, no matter what the cost. All right, so let's go back in time. We're at the Discovery Country Camp in Columbus, Texas. And at the very center of the social scene there, you've got this group of friends, including a girl named Heidi Broussard. They jokingly called themselves the IT people, not because they were arrogant, but because they were just that group. Loud, fun, and people were just drawn to them.
And this is where you see the core dynamic from the very beginning. On one side, there's Heidi. Her friends said she loved everybody. She was the one who made sure no one was left out, always saw the good in people. And then there was Megan. The same friends described her as a wannabe who just rubbed them the wrong way. She was seen as selfish, especially with Heidi's time. This difference, it's the key to everything that happens later. And really, it was Heidi's incredible kindness that kept Megan in that friend group at all. Her friends would get frustrated because Megan would try to isolate Heidi, but Heidi, she just couldn't stand the thought of anyone feeling left out. She would go out of her way to protect Megan's feelings, even when it annoyed everyone else.
Okay, now let's fast forward. The camp days are long gone, and these dynamics have carried over into adulthood. Heidi's now a young mom, and her relationship with her boyfriend, Shane, has been, well, pretty rocky. But right when she's about to leave him, she finds out she's pregnant with their second child, and this is the moment Megan comes back into her life in a really, really disturbing way.
I mean, this is where things get truly chilling. So Heidi has this real, unexpected pregnancy. Just a few weeks after she announces it, Megan announces that she's also pregnant, and get this, she claims she has the exact same due date. While Heidi's relationship was on the mend, Megan's was completely falling apart. It was like she was trying to literally steal Heidi's life. Megan's deception was just total. She wasn't just faking a pregnancy from afar. No, she was there for Heidi through the whole thing. She was even in the hospital when Heidi gave birth. And Heidi, feeling bad that a pregnant Megan had such a long drive home, gave her a key to their apartment. They had absolutely no idea they'd just let a monster into their home.
And then on December 12th, 2019, only 2 weeks after Heidi brought her new baby home, her entire world just shatters. The story takes a sharp turn from a bizarre friendship into a desperate search for a missing mom and her newborn daughter.
The morning started out completely normal. We have surveillance video of Heidi dropping her older son off at school. She has a regular phone call with her boyfriend. And then, just nothing. The first sign something is terribly wrong is when her son isn't picked up from school. By that evening, full-blown panic has set in and a police report is filed. A new mother and her 2-week-old baby were gone.
Now, in cases like this, you know who the police almost always look at first: the partner. And Heidi and Shane's relationship, it had a history. Friends knew it had been volatile. So as the investigation kicked off, Shane was immediately their #1 person of interest.
And this is where the story takes a turn you just wouldn't see coming. The big break in the case doesn't happen in an interrogation room. It happens in a live-streamed chat between Heidi's friends who are just trying to get the word out. And while they're online, someone randomly drops a link in the chat to a news story about an FBI raid happening in Houston. And you can just feel the absolute horror as they start putting the pieces together in real time. Someone clicks the link, they search the address, it's Megan's boyfriend's house. Then they find a baby registry with his and Megan's names on it, and the messages start flooding in. Oh my God, that's Megan's house. She just had a baby. They realize it, live, right there for everyone to see. Their best friend from church camp. So while Heidi's friends are having this unbelievable, horrifying realization online, law enforcement is physically closing in on that very same house in Houston. The clues they'd been gathering were all pointing in one single terrible direction. So how did the cops get there? It was just classic detective work. A nurse remembered Megan acting strangely possessive at the hospital. A neighbor saw someone get into a car that matched Megan's. And then the final piece of the puzzle fell into place when they pulled over her boyfriend, Chris. They showed him a photo of the missing baby, and he confirmed it. That's the baby at my house. The Texas Rangers immediately went into the home. And in the middle of all this darkness, there is this one single moment of pure, unbelievable relief. They find the baby. She's alive. And she's safe. But that relief, it doesn't last. The baby is safe, yes, but Heidi is still gone. Madgen is in custody, but she's telling this bizarre story about some birthing center she can't even name. And outside, a Texas Ranger is about to make the final devastating discovery. As one of the investigators walked past Megan's car, he smelled it. An odor that, if you're in law enforcement, you never, ever forget. And inside a bag in the trunk of that car, they found Heidi. She had been strangled. The search was over. After a discovery like that, all that's left is the shock, the grief, and the long, slow process of trying to get some kind of justice for Heidi and the family she left behind. These words from one of Heidi's closest friends, they really capture the absolute betrayal. It wasn't just what happened, but who did it. Someone they knew, someone Heidi had always, always been kind to. As her friend said, you just never believe it's really going to happen. I didn't see the evil in her.
So, in February of 2023, the case came to its legal end. Megan Fieramusca pleaded guilty to murder, and she was sentenced to 55 years in prison. But this story can't end with the killer. It has to end with Heidi's legacy. This is what her friends want everyone to remember. Not the darkness of how she died, but the light that she was. Her ability to see the good in people, her laugh, her smile. That is the true story of Heidi Broussard.